I'm Jason Epperson. This is RV Miles, and it's time for the latest in RV and camping news. RV Wholesale Shipments, that's the actual units produced by the RV industry, not the ones sold, but the ones produced by the RV industry, are expected to hit 350,000 units in 2024, according to the quarterly forecast prepared by ITR Economics, a third party that advises the RV Industry Association. Now, this new forecast projects 2024 RV shipments to range between about 334,000 and 365,000 units, with a median total of 350,100. That's pretty much a confirmation of the expected totals that were estimated 3 months ago by ITR, but the spread is a little bit wider, perhaps accounting for some uncertainty in the market, like it being an election year, though folks in the industry would say that election years don't actually tend to really make much of a difference in RV sales. Regardless, those totals would represent between a 9 and 19% increase over the 2023 year-end total of 313,200 units. The RV industry hit a high of 600,000 units back in 2021, part of the COVID boom era. RV sales were actually on the decline in 2019 before being bolstered by the pandemic. 2017 saw just over 500,000 units shipped, which at the time was the highest total ever and sort of the end of the Great Recession recovery. But 2019 only saw 400,000 units. So this year's numbers actually don't sound all that terrible when put into that perspective of COVID being just sort of this bonus boom. But 2023 did see the lowest number of shipments in the last decade. Part of the expected growth this year is indicated by things like housing starts, which usually trend in tandem with RV shipments, and they're on the rise in 2024. And interest rates are likely to move lower as the year goes on, making RV financing more attainable for customers. Connecticut's private campground industry on Monday asked state lawmakers to require visitors to sign waivers and accept a degree of risk for spending time in nature. Under the legislation, campground guests would have to sign contracts accepting some degree of risk when staying at a park. It would not exempt campground owners from incidents and injuries arising out of negligence. The bill would also require campgrounds to post warning signs stating that each camper shall assume the risk for any injury arising out of normal camping hazards. I don't really know why the campgrounds don't just require their customers to sign waivers in the first place without having the law get involved, but perhaps there are some lodging laws that make that challenging. This is one in a series of laws across the country enacted or attempted in order to help clearly delineate that a campground isn't liable for acts of nature like lightning strikes and bee stings. I've read the law and there doesn't seem to be anything nefarious about it at this point, but take a look for yourself in the description if you're interested. Gas prices have shot up over the last month, about 22 cents a gallon, with the average for a gallon of regular unleaded at $3.36 currently in the U.S. And AAA expects the rise to continue as travelers start heading out of town for spring break. Historically, March and April bring higher gas prices as demand rises, and the current milder temperatures across much of the country could help contribute. Gasoline is still a few cents under 1 year ago's prices, but diesel is down 33 cents since last March. Diesel, too, now is on the rise, though, if much more subdued. Diesel has jumped 12 cents over the last month to $4.04 a gallon. More in a moment, but first, this video is sponsored by RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Real mattresses shipped to you through the mail with springs in them and everything that fit the size and shape of most RVs. If you've got an RV king or an RV queen, or you got some odd bunk sizes, you got an odd thickness that you need to deal with a slide closing over the top of the bed, you can sort all that stuff out if you purchase a mattress from RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Their mattresses are made in their factory in Arizona, shipped to you right at the campground or at home, wherever you want it to go. You just unroll them, let them expand. They're toxin-free. They have a 120-night sleep trial, so you can return the mattress if it doesn't work out for you, and more. For this month only, you get 30% off. That's an increase of our normal 25% off. You get 30% off if you visit rvmattress.com/RV Miles to get you geared up for the camping season. rvmattress.com/RV Miles for 30% off your next mattress purchase. Upgrade that awful mattress in your RV. Your night's sleep is definitely worth it. General Motors is recalling about 820,000 heavy-duty pickups in North America due to tailgates that could unlatch and open unexpectedly. The recall covers 2020 through 2024 model year Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra 2500 and 3500s that have power unlatching tailgates. The issue arises when the affected pickup trucks are parked if water has leaked into the area where the tailgate's electronic gate release switch is located. The electronic switch may short circuit due to the water intrusion, which can result in the tailgate unlatching. An unlatched tailgate may open while driving and result in the loss of unsecured cargo. And of course, if you're towing a fifth wheel, it could be disastrous. The company began investigating this issue in November after it received 136 complaints about tailgates opening in unwanted situations. To fix the issue, Chevy and GMC dealers will replace the exterior touchpad switch assemblies with a new material that's more resistant to water intrusion, but that remedy is not yet available. In the meantime, the recall notice advises that owners of covered vehicles check that the tailgate is closed and latched before driving. Owners seeking an interim fix may have the part disabled until the replacement parts are available. Notification letters to owners of vehicles covered by the recall are set to be sent out on March 18th. Blackstone has released a new camping version of its popular flat-top Griddles. This one is more in the form of a traditional camp stove with a closing and latching lid, a handle, and it's lighter weight and design. The Griddles come in two versions, a 20-inch and a 14-inch plus burner combo. Both are about the same size. You should be aware, though, that the griddle top is non-stick coated aluminum, which means that they will cook a bit differently than a traditional griddle, probably a bit hotter with hot spots. It also means that you have to use plastic utensils on it. And of course, Blackstone is selling a new plastic camp griddle utensil kit. The Griddles have been popping up in Walmart stores over the past few days, and it seems like they will be Walmart in-store exclusive, and you won't be able to get them anywhere else. As anticipation for the upcoming solar eclipse builds, travelers are turning to RV rentals for a unique and flexible accommodation option. The RV Industry Association is predicting that 14.1 million Americans are planning to RV for the upcoming eclipse. RV Share, which is a big peer-to-peer RV rental platform, is observing bookings up nearly 660% on the platform compared to Memorial Day weekend 2024, the big unofficial kickoff to camping season. With some hotels and other vacation rentals already at full capacity and others offering heightened pricing, RV Share says they still have plenty of inventory accessible both on and nearby the eclipse path. And of course, if you want to make some cash and you live on the path, you could rent your RV out. It might be an option for you. In Ohio, RV Share is seeing over 1,000% increase in bookings. RV Share also recently partnered with Spot Tonight to launch all-in-one bookable packages for those seeking to travel and view the eclipse. They include both a camping spot and an RV that is delivered and set up ahead of the renter's arrival. Among the nearly 200 campground locations along the path of totality on their site, Spot Tonight says that only 41 still have RV site availability for April 8th and 9th with no minimum night stay. A lot of campgrounds and hotels are requiring a 2 or 3 minimum night stay during the eclipse, and they're raising the prices, of course. If you're having a problem finding a campground on the path, consider staying an hour or two off the path and driving into a town with a festival for the eclipse itself. This is going to be a really big deal. There won't be another total eclipse hitting the U.S. for 20 years. And big events like this tend to creep up and surprise a lot of us who haven't planned for them or just were trying to go somewhere and camp out and didn't know anything about it. I know it's happened to me. I want to try to start putting more of this stuff on your radar. So if you can think of anything, let me know and I'll share it. The next real big thing that I think a lot of folks will be thinking about really soon is the nation's 250th birthday officially being recognized on July 4th, 2026. It's going to be a big Independence Day for sure, but I'd expect all of 2026 to be a big year for national historic sites. These anniversaries tend to really bring people out. 2016 was the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service, and even with the boom in outdoor recreation over the pandemic, 2016 is still the busiest year national parks have ever seen. 2026, the 250th anniversary of the United States, is only a little more than a year and a half away. that's it for this week's RV and camping news roundup. Thanks so much for being here. If you got something out of this video, hit the like button. If you want more like it, hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell so you can find out when we put new ones out. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.